roaring sound of a bullet scares me, thinking one day that could be me, living in fear with my peers. How and why gun violence becomes so severe? The screams of families is all I hear. Rate of violence increasing each year. I shed too many tears for the innocence, saying it's not fair. Now as I share my feelings, I wonder who else cares. Or does it have to take a family member to become aware? In a city like mine, full of opportunity, death by guns shouldn't be normality. There are so many scars on our city streets. Blood and gunpowder don't mix. Fractured minds that can't easily be fixed. I see the gaping wounds in the community. I see so much resentment, but where's the unity? Sending kids to their early graves too soon. The violence, we've steadily become immune. The cuts and bruises, the violent music, has it become therapeutic? I know some of us don't have a role model to guide us, but why turn to violence? Why are we so divided? There hasn't been a night where I slept in silence.
Okay, so now we're going to have another student speaker, Miss Savannah Fox, a 12th grade student.
Yes, Savannah.
So how are we feeling today? Feeling great. I know that we're out here, speaking about such a very important cause and how all of us are here and we're supposed to be in school and we're supposed to be learning about things that we want to know and learning about how to be a better person in the world. But instead, we have to come here and fear at the fact that we may not come home tomorrow. And that is something that we shouldn't have to think about every day. We shouldn't have to feel as if, going to school is a death sentence. Not to be very vague, but that is what we're here for. So I personally think that the government needs to realize that the main cause to a whole lot of children, passing away is due to gun violence. And if we completely eradicate gun violence and really put a regulation on why, guns are necessary or guns may be unnecessary and keeping everyone safe, then that could most definitely help all of us be a little more safer and have a little bit more fun at school. Because I know all of us are very tired, we're very scared, we're very fearful of our lives, and we're so young and we don't deserve to have to live in a state of fear every day when we come to school for 180 days out of the year, 6 hours a day, plus after school, and do that every single day for about 12 years of our school lives. So we shouldn't have to feel that way. And I am so proud of everyone coming out and really supporting this cause and, pushing the narrative that gun violence is never the answer, it never will be the answer, it never has been the answer, and it needs to definitely be eradicated immediately. Thank you so much.
Yes. Well said.
Where my parents still live, where my children still live. Gun violence must stop now. 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 Williamsburg Charter, we've been through a lot. We're still here. We're still standing. And we're here to let you know gun violence stops now. Now. I have no more to say. I love my school. I love my community. But gun violence must stop now. Guns down, voices. Guns down, voices. Guns down, voices. Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure to be here today to speak on the issue of gun violence. As we all know, gun violence is an epidemic that plagues our nation and continues to claim innocent lives. Every year, thousands of people are affected by gun violence in one way or another, either directly through death or injury, or indirectly through the damage it causes to communities. The truth is, gun violence has become so rampant that it has almost become commonplace in our society. We regularly hear stories of shootings in schools, on the streets, and even in our own neighborhoods. These stories are heartbreaking and remind us of the real-life repercussions of this issue. But while we all agree that something needs to be done about this growing epidemic, what can we do? Well, first of all, we need to come together as a community and take a stand against gun violence. We need to educate ourselves on firearms and firearm laws, support organizations working to reduce gun violence, and advocate for tougher regulations on who can access firearms. We also need to recognize that this isn't just a problem for law enforcement. It's a problem for all of us as members of society. We must work together with local leaders and other stakeholders to create meaningful change that will ultimately lead to fewer lives lost to gun violence.
What do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? Hey!
Tired of our brothers dying in these streets. We are tired of the violence against one another in these streets. We are tired of our families having to grieve in these streets. We are tired of losing our fathers, our brothers, our sisters, our family, our cousins. We are tired of losing them. And we demand peace. We demand that gun violence stops now. I want to do more of a prayer than I want to do a speech. Please forgive me, but I don't really look for forgiveness because I feel it's necessary. So we demand right now, we demand peace in our schools. We demand peace in not just WCHS, but we call and speak peace into every school in this city, into every school in this nation, into every school in this country, into every school around the whole globe of this beautiful world that we live in. We demand justice for those who come out and have violent actions against our innocent people. What do we want, people? What do we want, people? What do we want, people? And we will raise our voice until peace comes. We will march until peace comes. We will not rest until peace comes. We speak peace in the minds of people. We speak peace in the hearts of people. We speak peace in the lives of every single person that is represented here, every single family that is represented, every single family that's not represented. We speak peace in the home, peace in the mind, peace on the job, peace in the school, peace everywhere. There's no rest until we get that peace. It is time for us as a people to stand up and raise our voices. If we are really tired of the gun violence and violence in general, not just gun violence, because violence can come with words. Violence can come with your hands. Violence can come with your feet. Violence can come from any part of your body or outside of your body. So we're not just calling for peace on the gun violence, but we are calling for peace for violence in general. What do we want? Peace. 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 When do we want it? Now. 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 We demand peace. And anyone that is not about peace, we speak they stay away from us, away from our schools, away from our children, away from our homes. And until we get peace, we will not rest. Y'all rest.
With that said, I would like you guys to start clapping so we can get a little bit of a rhythm going. And so it's a little bit slower. It's more like... I remember tears streaming down your face when I said I'll never let you go. When all those shadows almost killed your life. I remember you said don't leave me here alone. But all that's dead and gone and past tonight. Just close your eyes. The sun is going down. You'll be alright. No one can hurt you now. Come morning light, you will not be safe and sound. Don't you dare look out your window, darling, everything's on fire. The war outside our door keeps raging on. Hold on to this lullaby, even when the music's gone, gone. Just close your eyes, the sun is going down. You'll be alright. now. Come morning light, you and I'll be safe and sound. Ooh, ooh, oh, 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 just close your eyes, you'll be alright. Come morning light, you and I'll be safe and sound.
Individuals, and in addition to some of our other staff members who put together an awesome petition, right? So their petition is what started this rally, right? So let's clap it up for them. I'll say it again. Their petition is what led us to this rally. They put a petition together with key points that Mr. Fuller is going to speak about. Over a couple of days, we got up to 1,500 signatures. So we are so excited because people are hearing us. They want the same things that we want. The 5 points that Mr. Fuller is going to express, they want those things too. So we got to keep this going so that we can get to our goal. So Mr. Fuller is going to speak about his petition, but let's clap it up for Mr. Fuller.
All right, well, thanks everyone for being here today. It's exciting to see everyone. And so our petition, we have 5 main points in our petition. The first one is to have increased communication between schools and the NYPD. This is crucial to maintain safe spaces in our schools, to know who's in our schools and what's going on in our schools and around our schools. We have legislation that we would like to see passed. We want to see a law that allows for more communication between schools. So when students are transferring from school to school, we want to know who they are and what they're about, and making sure that, again, our school is safe. The third point is most important. We need more funding for our schools. I think we can all agree on more funding for our schools. And so a part of that, right, we want more social and emotional support. So this means more counselors, more guidance counselors, more social and emotional supports for our students, to have people to go to and to talk to about the issues that they're experiencing. Gun violence isn't just what we experience, but it's happening across the city, it's happening across the nation. So we need to do better, right? The fourth one, we need more extracurricular activities for students. So we have summer youth employment programs, but these summer youth employment programs need to be all year youth employment programs. Hey! We want to make sure that youth are off the streets, they're doing good things and making sure that they are productive members of society. And lastly, we want to improve coordination between schools and violence interrupters. So we need people that go out into the communities where gun violence happens and making sure that we can put a stop to it. That if there is gun violence in your community, someone can come there and talk and be able to solve this issue and not increase the problems. Right. So those are our 5 points of our petition. And so make sure you share it on your social media, your friends, your families, sign it, all that sort of stuff. There's a QR code in the school and it's been shared on social media, so make sure you do that.
I just feel like, this that's happening all around Brooklyn, because that's where I'm from. I grew up in Brooklyn and I've seen this my whole life. I grew up in Glenwood houses, and we couldn't really go outside because there was always some type of gang-related activity going on, and it would always end up being a shooting. So, oh my God. And she also said we could speak about the situation. That really broke my heart, because to know that, because everybody hears about stuff about like that happening at people's schools, but you never think that it's gonna actually be you until it is you, So to actually have that come to a place that I go every day for 8 hours a day, and for it to impact people that I personally know, it really just breaks my heart. And I really hope that, you know, this really gets out there and people can really change the way that they think, and they won't have to resort to gun violence. Thank you.
Well said.
America, we can do better. Yes. We are capable of doing better. Yes. We are slaughtering our most precious resource. We need to come together, contact our lawmakers, and tell them that we must have change. Yes. This has nothing to do with taking away guns or the Second Amendment. This has to do with safety. No child in this country should go to school fearful that they're not going to come home. No mother or father or grandparents should have to fear that their child is not going to come home after school. We have
staff and teachers who love what they do and have a calling for what they do. And we teach you all, but we're teaching you more than just English and math and history. We're just teaching you humanity and how to connect. Right. And the issue that we're facing right now is so pervasive because there is a threat of guns. There is a threat of danger. There is a threat of violence. And so as we enter every day, we don't have the capacity to be our authentic full selves, nor do you have the capacity to open your hearts fully, because we are protecting ourselves, because we know that there can be at any moment danger. And so this is bigger than just the guns. It is.
I just want to say February 8th was very traumatic. I was there and I saw kids running, and it was very scary. And I just want to say I feel so sorry for the people that got hurt. And I also want to say that I didn't like the fact how everybody was saying that, oh, we retarded this, we retarded that. My school is not bad. We are a good school. And kids is gonna be growing. So we gotta show them that we good. Thank you.
You have the right to own a gun. Read the Second Amendment carefully. Does not say that. So, lawmakers, wake up. Students in New York City, we're tired and angry of it.
Issue or a New York State issue. This is happening across America, and we are tired. We need legislators to really pay attention and think about some of the things that, think further or more deeply about some of the things that we've been hearing. We've heard more support in schools, mental health. We've done that. We can use more. That means resources. We've heard the ban on certain types of firearms. We've heard it, but we haven't seen any real action, right? We've heard our mayor talk about different initiatives to get guns off of the streets, but we haven't seen anything yet, right? So I'm saying that enough is enough. We are tired, and it is time for a real change.